Hello, friends. I welcome you all to this 30-day meditation challenge initiated by S.W.A.G.G. I'm so thankful to the S.W.A.G.G. team for giving me an opportunity to share my wisdom with you all. So, friends, let's start today's session with meditation. Be seated wherever you are. Make yourself comfortable. You can sit either on a floor or on chair. If you're sitting on chair, just cross your feet one onto one. Clasp your hands like this, one into one. If you're wearing specs, kindly remove your specs. Relax your body completely. Close your eyes and observe your normal and natural breathing. Make yourself very relaxed, my dear friends. You'll be listening to a beautiful music in the background. Along with the music, let us go deep within ourselves and meditate. Just observe your normal and natural breathing. That is all is meditation. Being with the simple, soft, and tender breathing process. Just observe that, become a witness to it. That is all is meditation. For the next 30 minutes, let us go into meditation, my dear friends. Last 1 minute, my dear friends. Let us slowly place both our hands on our eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let us slowly open our eyes and give a big clap for meditation. Friends, once again, I welcome you all to this Inner Nature, Outer Nature program. So, in this 30 days program, each one is presenting a unique topic about nature, about meditation. So, today is day 12, and I'm going to share my experience with being in nature, how you can discover yourself through nature. If we observe nature, it is so calm and silent, yet so powerful. There's no noise, there's no anxiety, there's no rush. It is all very silent, but at the same time, it is so much lively. It is full of life. So, friends, we can learn a lot of things from nature. We need to spend time with nature. Allocate some time every day and spend with nature. Spending with nature, I mean, not by that you should have a complete place of nature where you can go and spend. Yes, if that's there, that's absolutely wonderful. But wherever we are in our little houses, if we are living in cities, it is completely fine. Spending with nature doesn't mean you have to go to a place full of nature and only then you can witness it. Going to your terrace and doing an evening walk, watching the sunset, gazing the sky, gardening your, watering your plants, interacting with your plants, and just peeping out of the window and looking at the trees and birds. All these things come under being with nature, my dear friends. So when we spend some time with nature, we get the same feeling that we get in meditation. When you look at the open sky, suddenly you feel very relaxed, like you are all of a sudden free from all of the things that you are stuck at. You feel limitless. You feel that you are not this small self, but something large. Even though we are meditators or we are not introduced to meditation, everyone will agree to this fact that in the presence of nature, they are empowered. In the presence of nature, it's something good. It's something feels very good, but we won't be able to explain it in words. So, my dear friends, the same feeling when we get in meditation, the feeling of oneness, the feeling that we are not this smaller self, but something large. The same feeling we get when we are with nature. So, through these small things, doing the evening walk and observing the trees around your house, we need to connect with nature, my dear friends. So, we get the exact experience when you're 100% completely with nature and switching off your mind. Just becoming a mere witness to the outer nature. Giving your 100% presence to the nature around. This connection will lead you towards that oneness, will lead you towards that you are no more the self, you're just merging and you're just there and vast and wide. When you see the sea, when you see the sky, you feel so limitless. You feel that I am just encased in this body, but actually I have no limits. I spread as vast as the sea. I can spread as vast as the sky. We realize our real source when we are with nature. The intent we pass, the emotions we convey with nature plays a very major role. Just passing that feeling of love, feeling of gratitude when you see the plants around can create a lot of difference. Present moment and observing nature 100% and having this communication, passing your intents, passing your emotions to nature makes a complete difference, my dear friends. Just emoting with love and sharing your happiness with the plants around, with the things you see around. Just being gratitude, just feeling gratitude when you see the nature. When you observe nature, you realize that there's so many complex things happening in nature, but there is no difficulty. Everything happens in a natural order, in a natural synchronicity. We feel that, we think that I have all the problems, I have all the complications, I have all the difficulties. We are just shrouded, and in a nutshell, we just compress ourselves with all our difficulties and feel that I am facing all these problems. But when you look at nature, you feel that all these implications, all these problems just reside inside the mind. Once you just step out and just start being yourself, you come into that natural order that you observe in nature. Nature teaches us that all this dialogue that is going on is very, very small and occurring at your small head and nowhere else. When you look around the nature, you feel so marvelous. Everything is functioning in such a beautiful way. So friends, nature has the ability to respond to our feelings, to our intent, to our thoughts. Communicating with nature is very, very important. I read this book called as Anastasia. So we are all introduced to this must-read book by PSSM. So this book called as Anastasia talks about this enlightened Tarzan lady, Anastasia, living in Russia. So this book introduces a lot of things, and one important example I could give was how the communication with the nature can be. So in that book, the author, Vladimir Megre, he purchases a cherry plant and brings to his garden and looks after it. So he will be very attached to that cherry plant. He likes that cherry plant and purchases it, and he keeps in his garden and takes care of it, nurtures it. He spends some time every day to see whether the cherries, the fruits are blossomed or the flowers are blossomed. Is there fruits coming out? Is the branches are growing? Is the roots are proper? So every day he would come and check in if the plant is growing properly. He would just touch those branches, touch those leaves, take those leaves and just kiss it and say that, oh, my beautiful, how nicely you have grown. So every day he takes time to communicate with the plant. And what Anastasia replies is that after he meeting Anastasia, a lot of changes happens in his life, and he learns a lot of stuff from this enlightened lady. So she tells that because of this cherry plant, I have come into your life. And Vladimir Megre would be, how is that justifiable? So she says that you showed a lot of love to the plant, cherry plant. And when you express love, when you express care towards the plants around you, they get inspired, they get aspired, and they feel that I should do something for this human. Create some space of love for this human. I should give out something to them. So this cherry plant has released an intent that I should meet you and there should be a great turn in your life. So the love we show towards the plants will inspire them so much that they take an extreme end to create beautiful things in our life. So this cherry plant has released a strong thought into the nature that Vladimir Megre should take a turn towards spirituality by meeting Master Anastasia. So there are a lot of possibilities, probabilities in our life. Some things happen, some things don't happen. So this plant, small plant, feeling the gratitude that you have shown, it just multiplied that I should return back to this human. So my dear friends, we have known about angels, we have known about higher masters who are supporting our life, but we should also realize that there is this beautiful nature around. Once you give the gratitude, once you feel thankful, once you feel loving towards it, it is ready to show the same love and same gratitude multiplied 100x. And I would like to say that we're all coming from nature. So any civilization here on earth will really progress if the civilization is respecting nature, is keeping nature at the primary place. Because we should understand we are all here sustaining only because of nature. Any turbulences, any turmoils, any ups and downs, imbalance in the nature can just affect us within seconds. And we all know that. So my dear friends, any civilization, any society which respects nature will be able to sustain. Even before we do anything at all, we should always have an intent. Will this earth? How is this going to affect nature? Is it going to give a bad effect? Each and everything we do, commercial, non-commercial, at all levels, when a country takes an initiative or when a family takes an initiative, we need to first consider that, am I in accordance with nature? Is my actions in accordance with nature? Everything going to be fine with Mother Earth through my actions? So we need to always align ourselves, keep nature in the first place, give priority to nature in the first place, and all else will follow after that. So my dear friends, the future is very, very near and bright, where this kind of attitude is going to come in all of us, where we are celebrating Mother Earth and nature and giving importance to it, giving the first place to it, and all else follows after that. And so I said we get the same meditative feeling when we are with nature, completely giving our 100%. So the same thing happens again with ourselves. So meditation is nothing but observing nature. So you may ask, how is it that? Because our nature is this breathing process. So this natural breath that is going on, the very natural process is observing nature. Observing nature is equal to meditation, my dear friends. And breath is equal to nature. One portion of nature that we are observing, the natural process, is the breathing. So it is same as you observing the sea, you just going and spending yourself with nature. Meditation is all about spending with nature, observing nature, which is our breath. So observing outer nature, going towards and observing our breath has a lot of similarities. So in both the cases, we feel rejuvenated, we feel relaxed, we feel the oneness. We feel that we are not this small self, but something bigger. So this is my experience with being in nature. And many times I have that I am just melting and in the oneness. I'm just merging into the oneness when I am with nature. So one tip I would like to give, my dear friends, to everyone is that we need to be very, very conscious of our choices that we make. So the first and foremost thing is adopting a plant-based diet. But apart from diet, there are so many things that we need to take care of. So right from the cosmetics we use, right from the accessories we use, we need to see that how it is derived. Is it out of suffering or is it out of a peaceful process? So we talking about plant-based diet not only mean that whatever we eat, we are conscious of, but rather all our life choices, all our things that we bring into our life also follows the same. So there are many vegan alternatives, guilt-free alternatives that we can opt for. So when you're purchasing a lipstick, for example, you can make sure that it is organic, it is guilt-free, it is not derived from any animal-based product. So we need to be conscious in the little choices that we make, my dear friends. So this is the tip I would like to give, the S.W.A.G.G tip I like to give today. So when you're purchasing a handbag, make sure that it's not coming from an animal product. It's not coming out of a suffering of some being. And, so this is how we have to make small things. We can be conscious and we can keep changing. So this is it, my dear friends. Thank you so much for PSSM Global S.W.A.G.G to jointly organize this beautiful program and so thankful that I can share my wisdom with all of you. Thank you so much. So friends, you can now interact, unmute yourself. You can share similar experiences that you had when you were with nature. Yes, Rachel, you can unmute. Yes.
Hi. Thank you so much for sharing today's wisdom, and I really appreciated the way you have shared from the book, Anastasia. And yes, it's practically, I had shared earlier also my experience regarding like in 2017 and how, I had a part of like, depression in me, and actually working with the planting the this plants, gardening the plants. And I was not at all I was having any knowledge about the plants, but actually while working on it and talking to them, sitting with them, and I actually made out of the depression mode myself. And so I can relate what you have shared today, and thank you so much for it.
Thank you, ma'am. That's a nice experience. I'd like to point out that nature is very, very intelligent than we think. It's not lifeless. It's just we think that everything is silent and everything is lifeless, but no, it has a lot of life, and the plants can easily sense what intention we are with, how during our communication, during our telepathy, what is the intent behind, what is the emotion behind. They can really connect to those. So spending in nature doesn't mean that you have to go to a place, cut off everything with full of nature. It's not the case. Doing the little things, just making sure passing this love, passing this gratitude to the things around is important.
Thank you so much, Divya. Such a wonderful topic which you have shared, to value the nature. I know we all are, majority, those who are living in urban areas, they don't have access to nature, direct nature, but yes, looking to the cloud, the sky, planting more trees, you can connect with nature. Wonderful. And so anybody would like to share something, their experiences? Otherwise, okay. Yeah, I'll unmute Mr. Arunji.
Yeah, it was a wonderful session. I joined late, but I know there's something in the nature. And I walk in the morning outside in the grass with bare feet for like half an hour to 1 hour, depends on the time, and it feels good. I look at the sun in the morning, sun gazing, and you feel good with your eyes also. So it's wonderful in the nature, definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So there is no hand raised. So we will just conclude today's session. And tomorrow, see you all guys, everyone, at 6:30 for another new topic by Parinitha, who will be taking tomorrow's session. Thank you so much for participating in today's meditation session.